everyone, Rhea here. In case you don't know who I am or what I do, I am the founder and finance coach of City Girl Savings. I help women create and stick to budget plans that let them get their priorities taken care of, but also still enjoy life. And today, we are talking about the first 3 steps you need to take to start managing your money the right way right now. Now, if you've been struggling with your budget, if you've been living paycheck to paycheck, if you can't get control of your spending, that needs to change. Because the reality is, we want to improve month over month. You do not want to be in the same spot right now in 6 months, or a year, or 2 years, or 3 years. And the reality is, time keeps going. So if you want to get a handle on your money right now, I'm going to walk you through the first steps to take. But before I get into that, let's talk about what money management actually is. And in simplest terms, it's simply the act of managing your money. I mean, it's that simple. Take the emotions out of it. Take the negative feelings, the anxiety. Get all of that away when you hear the term money management, and really understand that it's about getting your money in order. That's not scary, right? Right? So what does money management actually look like? Well, it looks like having a clear understanding of your priorities and financial goals, but take it up a notch. It's actually about having a plan in place for those priorities and your goals. And the best way to do that is with a budget. If you guys know me, you know I love budgeting. Budgets can really help you take care of all of your responsibilities, still enjoy life, and actually make progress towards your goals. And if you want to manage your money the right way, a budget will absolutely help you do that. Ultimately, it's about making the right decisions to improve your financial situation, and budgeting and money management is the way to go. So, how do you get started with actually managing your money the right way? Well, first, you want to get a very clear understanding of your situation. What does your debt look like? What do your assets look like? And when I say assets, I'm referring to the balances in your bank account, what's going into savings. Do you have retirement funds saved? Do you have investments? Anything that is something that you own is considered an asset. So think about your debts. Think about the money that you currently have. Even if you can't get to it, you really want to get a clear understanding of your financial situation and where you currently stand. And the best way to do that is to look holistically across everything, even if it's scary. In fact, it will be scary, right? Especially if you have never done this. But if you don't understand where you currently stand, how do you expect to move forward? How do you know the right steps to take to improve your situation? So as scary as it may be to get really clear about where you currently stand, you're going to have to do it. It's absolutely the first step, and it is required if you want to manage your money the right way. So once you have an idea and an understanding of where you currently stand in your finances, you want to think about what you plan to do with your income. Now, we don't have to think far out, right? But have a plan in place for the next round of income. You want to make sure that all of your priorities are covered first. So any bills, any past due payments, any minimum debt payments, all of that needs to get taken care of with the next income that comes in. Then think about what is left over after those priorities are taken care of. Ideally, you will have a profit, right? If you don't have a profit, it could mean that your income is not enough to cover your basic living necessities, and you really need to work to increase your income. But assuming that you have a profit, what are you going to do with that profit? And this is where a lot of my clients may get stuck, because they have profit. That means they can spend it because all of their responsibilities are taken care of. And that's not true. When you have goals that you're working towards, that profit needs to be allocated towards those goals. So you want to have a plan in place for your profit. You don't want to just be done with your budgeting when you have covered your basic priorities, right? You got to take it up a notch, have a game plan in place for that profit. Even if some of it does go to you for spending, enjoying life, totally fine, completely acceptable, but make sure it's also going towards your financial goals. So important. And then Next, you start with first your next round of income and getting those priorities taken care of, and then having a plan in place for the profit. But now it's time to think bigger. I want you to think about your profit on a monthly perspective, right? So if you're paid weekly or bi-weekly, try to look at the month holistically. Think about exactly how much you're going to bring in for the month, how much you need to spend for the month, and then again, that profit. Really put a plan in place for what you plan to do with anything extra. The extra is what's going to get you ahead, so you absolutely need a plan for it. This is where a budget can really come in handy, because your budget's going to show you the money that should be coming in, the money that should be going out, and what's left over. So your budget is really going to outline your situation and that profit. Now it's up to you to decide how you want to allocate that profit. Similar to what I just went through. You want to make sure you have a little bit left over for fun. Life is too short not to enjoy yourself. But you also want to make sure you are saving or putting extra towards debts if that's what your goal is. So every month, we want to be getting closer and closer to our financial goals. And that is money management. So if you can put a plan in place for your income, make sure your priorities are taken care of, take it up a notch, and have a plan in place for that profit, you are on the right track to managing your money the right way. Sounds simple, a little bit harder to implement, but it really is all about getting into a flow. So if you can follow those simple steps, I promise you, you will see progress as long as you stay consistent with it. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about managing your money the right way, having a solid budget plan in place, I have a new live masterclass coming out called 3 Insider Secrets to True Success with Your Money in 2020, this year, and beyond. So when I work with clients or when I teach financial education, my goal is long-term, not just quick wins, although that's nice, right? It's nice to get good wins with your money, but we want to be strategic. We want to be improving year over year. And in this free live masterclass, I'll be walking you through 3 secrets that you absolutely need to know to be successful with your money. So I have included the link to that masterclass in the description. Make sure you sign up, and I will see you there. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.